Mr. Forrester, we're finished.
Ah, very good.
Would you like the wine to be poured?
No, I'll do that. Thanks a lot, guys. Hi.
Hi.
You got my message.
That you wanted me to meet you at the office.
Come on in.
What's all this?
This is where we're gonna have lunch.
I thought you said Cafe Russe.
Well, I did. Till a group of reporters hit on me on my way there.
Caroline's trial?
They never miss an angle.
Well, you did almost marry her last spring.
Caroline, how was she this morning?
Strong, determined, frightened.
And who is going to be with her in the courtroom today, Brooke?
I told you on the phone, no one.
She's going to need support. I know you wouldn't let her go in there alone.
You think I'm lying?
I think you're saying what she wanted you to say.
Ridge, Caroline didn't want anyone with her, and no one is going to be. Not even Thorne. That is what you wanted to hear.
He's over there all the time, isn't he?
No, not all the time.
But enough.
Is that why you invited me to lunch, Ridge? To question me about Caroline and your brother? Because if it is, I would rather eat alone.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. This Honorable Department, Superior Court, County of Los Angeles is now in session. The Honorable Madeline Collins, Judge presiding. Be seated and come to order, please.
Will counsel for both sides approach the bench, please? Are we ready to begin selecting the jury?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
Your Honor, my client desires to waive a jury and to submit the case to the court.
Very well. Mr. Talon, does the state have any objection to the defendant's waiver of a jury trial?
We'll be pleased to have Your Honor decide this matter.
Young man, the law requires that I assure myself both that you are doing this voluntarily and that you understand what you are doing. Do you understand that the Constitution guarantees you the right of a jury trial and that only you can waive that right?
I understand that, Your Honor.
Do you know what it means to waive a jury trial?
It means that you will decide the case.
Has anyone promised you a specific result if I hear and decide your case? Or threatened you to get you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Ms. West, I take it you concur with your client's decision?
I do, Your Honor.
Very well. I will allow the waiver. Mr. Talon, you may make your opening statement.
If it please the court.
You may proceed, Counselor.
The horror story that Your Honor is about to hear is one that is, unfortunately, too often repeated in every community across this country. It's the story of a rape. Not of a street rape, as that crime is more commonly known, but of an even more insidious, if that were possible, form of rape. Your Honor is about to hear the sordid details of what we call acquaintance rape.
Donna? Aren't you gonna say hi?
Hi.
I haven't seen you for a couple days.
Well, we've been working different shifts.
Yeah. Which means I don't know how you're doing. Look, are you pregnant? Huh? Are you? Look, Donna, are you pregnant?
Rocco, please don't make me say it.
I knew it. All right. What's Loverboy got to say about this?
Mark?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't believe it.
What do you mean he doesn't believe it? Are you saying that he's walking out on you?
What if I said he did?
What? He gets you pregnant and he splits? Is that what you're telling me?
So what do I do now?
Oh, man. I cannot believe this guy. He cannot do this to you.
I guess that makes me alone in this world, doesn't it?
No, what do you mean? Donna, you're not alone. You got me.
But Rocco, if I'm carrying Mark's baby...
I don't care whose baby you're carrying. What do you think? You think for a minute that I would leave you stranded? I will take care of you, Donna. You and the baby.
You would do that? Even though Mark's the father?
Yeah, but it's half yours, isn't it?
Rocco.
Okay.
So relax. I'm not pregnant.
You're not?
I appreciate your concern, though.
Concerned? Oh, well, I'm gonna murder you. You think you're cute, don't you?
I was only kidding.
You're only kidding. Uh-huh. Well, I'm not.
Before the events which I'm about to describe, Caroline Spencer lived, by today's standards, a rather sheltered life. All this changed, however, on that tragic day when Ronald Deacon forced his way into that sheltered life. Your Honor will hear the evidence, so I won't go into fine detail, but I will take this opportunity to give the court a bird's-eye view of the evidence. All that I say, we fully expect to prove. One night in early August, as Miss Spencer sat alone, eating dinner at a table in the Cantina del Oro, this man deliberately reclaimed...
Object to the conclusion, Your Honor.
I have the right to draw reasonable inferences, if the court please.
I don't believe I need to have pictures drawn for me, Mr. Talon. Why don't you just stick to the evidence you expect to introduce?
I'll try, Your Honor. Ronald Deacon spilled his drink on Caroline Spencer's dress. Now, whether by design or by accident, Deacon's conduct launched a chain of events which ended in Caroline being taken to the hospital emergency room. After he spilled his drink, the defendant prevailed upon Caroline to allow him to buy her another drink and to sit at the table with her. Caroline was drinking iced tea, by the way. The defendant next persuaded Caroline to allow him to walk her home, using, ironically, the argument that it was unsafe for her to walk home alone. Once she was safely home, or so Caroline innocently but erroneously believed, this defendant, by trick and by sheer force, entered her apartment. He followed his forced entry with threats, including a specific threat to cut Caroline with a knife if she resisted him. These threats terrified Caroline. Like innocent prey, caught in the hypnotic ritual of the venomous cobra, she was literally frozen with fear. Using these threats and the fear created by his presence, the defendant forced Caroline into her bedroom. We will demonstrate how she was literally herded into that room like a lamb being prepared for slaughter. Once the defendant had Caroline where he wanted her, he brutally raped her. As the evidence unfolds, Your Honor, we'll see, I trust, that every element in the state's case is corroborated. At the conclusion of this case, there will be absolutely no question whatsoever about the fact that Ronald Deacon brutally raped Caroline Spencer. Accordingly, we will ask Your Honor to return a verdict of guilty as charged.
Ms. West?
Your Honor, I'm sure it would be more helpful at this point for the court to hear from the witnesses than from another lawyer. We'll waive our opening statement.
Call your first witness, Mr. Talbot.
The people call Miss Caroline Spencer.
You didn't have to do all this. I could have told you everything you wanted to know over the phone.
Well, I'm sorry if you feel like I'm using you.
It doesn't surprise me, really. You're in the position to use people.
Oh, no more than you are.
Me, it takes money and power to use people.
Or beauty. And you have plenty of that.
So, what do you want to know about Caroline?
What does she feel about me?
You already know that.
Then I'll be more direct. Do you think that there's a chance for me?
With Caroline? You'd like me to say yes.
I'd like you to tell me the truth.
The truth. I'm sorry, Ridge, but I think it's over between you and Caroline. She's involved with your brother.
Miss Spencer, calling your attention to the 10th of August, 1987. In the early evening hours, where were you?
Having dinner at the Cantino del Oro restaurant.
Were you alone or with someone?
I was alone at first, but after a while that changed.
Tell Her Honor how that happened.
As I was eating, this man brushed by me and spilled his drink on my dress. He apologized and he offered to pay for the cleaning bill, but I refused. So he left, but then he returned a few minutes later.
What happened this time?
He apologized again, and then he offered to buy me a drink. He said that it would make him feel better for having spilled his drink on me. He was very insistent, though he seemed friendly.
Did you let him buy you that drink?
Finally, I did let him buy me another iced tea, which is what I was drinking before.
Do you know what was in the drink that this man spilled on you?
Not exactly. I know that it had alcohol and some kind of fruit juice in it.
The dress on which he spilled the drink, could you describe it, please?
Yes, it was a pink silk dress.
Let me show you what I have marked as People's Exhibit number 1 for identification. Look at the exhibit. Tell the court what it is and how you recognize it, if you do.
Yes, that's the same pink silk dress I was wearing that evening.
Do you see where the drink was spilled?
Right there. You can still see the stain.
Is the dress in the same condition now as it was when you last saw it?
No,
What's different about it?
it has this tag on it, and there's a patch of material that's been cut out of it.
Oh, by the way, when was the last time you saw this dress?
That night.
What night?
The night he tore it off me.
You have to stop doing that.
Do you have any idea what I've been going through?
What?
It's been driving me crazy.
Why? Rocco, it was my problem.
You don't get it, do you? I mean, I just can't get it through to you. Look, anything bad that happens to you is my problem, too. Don't you ever forget that.
Hey, why are you so upset?
Because I care about you. But that doesn't seem to mean a thing to you, does it? What's the difference? Doesn't matter. You know, I'll be gone in a couple days.
Gone?
You're gone. Gone. I'll be starting my job at Forrester.
Well, that soon?
Yeah, that's soon. Which means that I will be out of your hair.
And you think I want that?
Don't you? She doesn't want me to leave.
Let's put this aside, and we'll come back to it later. Did there come a time where you left the restaurant with this man?
Yes.
Tell Her Honor how all that came about.
After he brought the drink to me, he asked if he could sit down at my table.
What did you say?
Eventually, I said that he could.
Eventually?
I was a little reluctant at first, but he seemed like such a nice, polite person. So finally, I gave in.
Then what happened?
Then we talked, just things in general. What I did for a living and what he did.
What did he tell you he did for a living?
He said that he worked in a bank in an executive training program.
Did he tell you his name?
Ron.
What else did he tell you about himself?
He said that he had moved here a couple of years ago from New York with his mother. He talked a lot about her.
What did he tell you about her?
He said that she was sick. And that he had just called her right before he spilled the drink on me. And that she was waiting dinner on him. Obviously, he wanted me to think he was some good, devoted son.
She knows better than that, Your Honor.
Is that an objection, Ms. West?
To the extent that I can unring a bell, it is, Your Honor.
Don't give us these personal observations, Miss Spencer. They aren't helpful.
Now, after this, what happened next?
I got up to leave.
What did Ron do?
He insisted on paying my check and walking me home.
What had you had to eat?
I had a taco and an iced tea, and also the iced tea that he bought me.
After he paid your bill, what happened?
He walked me to my apartment.
Did anything unusual happen along the way?
We stopped and got some ice cream.
And after that?
He walked me home.
When you got there, what happened?
He insisted on walking me up to my apartment door. When we got there, we said goodbye, and he left. Or at least, I thought he left.
What did you do?
I opened the door, and I entered my apartment. And then, when I was in, I tried to shut the door. But I couldn't. Something was blocking it. So I looked down, and I saw his foot.
What did you do?
I don't know exactly. I think that I froze. I don't think I did anything.
Then what happened?
Then he came through the door.
Who came through the door?
Ron.
This man you've identified as Ron. Look around the courtroom and tell us if you see him.
Of course I see him. I recognized him the moment I saw him in the lineup. That face will probably haunt me for the rest of my life.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection.